Hey guys, you may have watched the other video where I talked about a particular document that or something that you could do in order for your Canada study permit to be approved in 2024. Okay, but if you've not watched that video, then I will advise you to quickly watch the video that is going to be available above this video. All right, the video you will find above this video I'm filming now or you are watching now. The video, you have to start by watching that one, then you watch this other one. All right, so please, I want to talk about this is the second option now for you to really get your study permit or your study visa to be approved. I talked about a lot of things in there. I'm going to talk about another thing, which is the letter of explanation. First, before I proceed, I want to tell you that do not write your letter of explanation to be above 3 pages. It is not proper. Don't make it to be above 3 pages, okay? It's very important. Now, what are some of the things you need to note? Remember, the letter of explanation works like you are making it look like it is your interview. For those who don't know, Canada don't have a face-to-face, like direct face-to-face interview, like the US Embassy and all of that. Everything you are going to do on IRCC, and that is it. So, if you want to apply for a study visa to Canada or a study permit, you should know that your letter of explanation is going to play an important role. This is more like your own interview. So assuming that you are applying now, let's say, like I said, this is your own interview. Now the visa officer will be like, which program do you apply for? Let's assume that you are sitting in front of the visa officer like I'm sitting now. The visa officer will now be looking on your letter of explanation, which program did you apply for? And now it is now your time to explain to the visa officer the program you applied to, right? That I applied to this program in this particular college, in this province, and this program is going to start from this date and ends on this date. You have now answered the first visa interview, the interview question. Though you are not in an interview, you are putting this on your letter of explanation, right? So this is what you need to do. Now you have talked about the program. You need to talk about the next thing is you need to mention your academic background. What do you have? You may say that I graduated with a bachelor's degree in this, and I also got my master's in this, or I'm currently working as this, and I also I've decided to go study this program called this. You understand? You have talked about your background, and that is how you have to put it clear and concise to the point, straight to the point, okay? Then you now need to answer the next question. We are talking like you are assuming that the visa officer is asking you a question. The next question now will be like, why did you choose Canada and not the US, the UK, or maybe Australia? Why Canada? Now it is your turn to indicate this on your letter of explanation that I choose Canada because Canada is one of the safest places to study in, and also Canada is because of its multicultural or maybe diverse culture and maybe diverse religion. That is the reason why I choose Canada, because I think in other places it is not like that. You understand? Or maybe because of its English, and so maybe because of many cultures, many languages. You put it that way. You have now answered the question why you choose Canada. Do not go maybe on jack and jig points. Make sure you put your points and try to explain them so that the visa officer can understand. It's very, very important. Now, the next question might be, the visa officer might want to know is, okay, now, why did Eric choose this particular program? Now, it is now your time to explain why you choose that program. You may say that I graduated with mathematics or maybe English in 2016, and now I'm currently working as maybe a finance officer in this particular bank, but I have decided to go for financial accounting or maybe banking and finance to get some more knowledge so I can step up my game in this particular company. And the reason I decided to go for this program also is because I didn't have prior education before in this particular field. You understand? You see how it's correlating. So you have to put it this way to blend so that they can understand what you are talking about. Now, they might ask you, the next question will be like, they want to know, how do you intend to sponsor yourself? Okay, you have to answer this question. Now, in this case, you are going to say that, okay, after my admissions letter came, my school asked me to pay a tuition deposit of $500, $1,000 before I can proceed to apply, which I pay, and I have also attached my receipt. And what I have now left is money in my bank account, which is going to cover for my 1 year living cost and maybe my entire tuition fee, or money in my bank account that is going to cover for 1 year living cost and my return fee back home. And again, I also have my brother or my sister or my auntie or my father, you understand, who is going to be acting as a co-sponsor. And remember, I have equally attached documents to prove that they are my parents, or maybe my sister or my aunties. And remember, if you're using your auntie or uncle, or you understand, somebody who is not your father, your mother, your brother or sister, they should have the same surname as your parents. You get? So you have to explain to them that I have also attached their documents to this, their identifications and sponsorship letters from this individual. They will be sponsoring me, and I have also added their bank account or their bank statement. You understand? This is how you put these things and you make them correlate together. Then now you may also be like, before I even proceed, do not use a business account. A business account is a risk something. The embassy or the visa officer might want to know what happens to the business in case the business collapses. What will happen to you in Canada, right? So please make sure when you are using an account like that, also support it with some other stuff. Then those of you using people from abroad, using your sister's accounts, or maybe your sisters in America or Canada as well, make sure you have some money in your own personal account. This is why I encourage people to go get accounts. You shouldn't be using a credit union. You shouldn't be using a microfinance. Canada does not know all this. They are looking at accounts that will be able to do transfer internationally. All these microfinance and all the rest, these credit unions, they don't go outside. Can you withdraw money from them if you're in Canada? No. So you need to go and get a bank account. It is very, very important. So you need to put this. Now the visa officer might go further to be like, okay, I am satisfied with this point so far that this guy has given or this student has given. But now my worry is, I do not know, will this person actually return? Can this person leave Canada after the program, after the end date of this program? I'm not convinced if this person can leave Canada. Now, it is now your duty to also make them understand that you are going to come back to your home country, and you can say that I have been working. For example, if you've been working for a particular company, like I said, I'm using the case of someone who is working for a company now. Cases are different, all right? Your own case may be different. Assuming that you have been working for a particular company for 3 to 4 years, you can now say that, okay, I have been working for this company for 3 to 4 years, and this is why I want to go do this program, so I can come back home and, of course, maybe get an increment in salary, and of course, or maybe get a promotion from the company. Also let them understand that you've equally talked with the company, and the company assured you that when you come back, you might get an increase in salary, or you might get a promotion. And of course, you equally got what is called maybe a letter of reference, or maybe a letter from the company to show that you are going for studies. The company has approved that you are going for studies. You understand, all these things like this, they matter a lot. You put them together so that they can actually make some sense to the visa officer. It's very, very important. And also, like I said, the study leave is going to help you get the visa, but make them understand that you are working and you have also talked with the company. The company have assured you that after your program ends, you are going to get a promotion, you are going to get salary increment. And not just that company, you are going to equally be using the certificate since you already have an updated level now, or let's say since you have gone above your normal level. For example, if you are just working like a normal sales girl and now you have been promoted to the position of a manager, right? Now, when you finish this program and come back, there are chances that you are going to get a salary increment in case you have not been, your salary was not added, or there are chances that you might go to the managing director, you understand, or the branch manager, and not just the manager, or something like that. You get my point. So you explain all of this and let them understand that you will also be trying other companies when you come back, and this is an increment, or that is going to help your country as well, because you have stepped up your knowledge, and now you can also establish or increase your tentacles along other regions of your country or other areas, or even in your community. Okay, then they might want to know, okay, now you have a solid background, a solid reason that you are going to return back home. Now that reason is for your, let's say, for your professional reason. Okay, Now, is there anything like a family union or anything that relates to your family that can actually draw you back home? Because just your job alone is not a guarantee. What if they fire you as soon as they find somebody else? Now, you now tell them that, okay, I have my entire family back home, my wife, my kids, my mother, my parents. If you are not married, you use your parents. If your parents have a medical condition, you bring in the document. Also upload the documents from the doctor to explain that, okay, you have been taking care of your parents, they are already old, and you have to just finish this program quickly and you come back and continue taking care of them because you are the only one, especially when you don't have brothers back home. But remember, if you don't have brothers back home, don't say you don't have brothers back home whereas you have, or don't say your brothers are in America whereas they are in Nigeria, because of course they can trace that very easily from the system. I hope you understand. If you have a business, tell them that you are dropping your business because you want to go do this thing and quickly come back. And in this case, I will not advise people that if you are working and you have a business, I will advise you to rather focus more on your business. Tell them you are working, of course, but your main target is to come back, continue with your job, and also open other branches of your business because you have gotten some capital and you've noticed that your community equally do not have opportunities like the way people in the city have opportunities. So you intend to increase your business to other branches like in your village, in your community. You understand? In this case now, you are going to be looking for programs that are related to your job and your business. Maybe business accounting, business management, something like that. You understand? So this is how you put all of this. And you have also, they might be looking at, will you come back? Have you attached documents? Okay, you now tell them that I have attached my educational credentials to prove that my level of education is this, and maybe those documents from your job, your employment contract is also there to prove that, your leave letter is also there. You've also gotten your police clearance to show that you are not running away from anything in your country, and you are good to go. This is how you document all this and you convince the visa officer to give you the visa. All right, I hope this video helps you. Please do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Till we meet again, please share this video with one individual so that they can help themselves. Until then, we meet in another one. Bye bye.